Hey, Matt here. Before we begin the Survivor Series prediction video, talking about what brands we chose as our favorites or who are we supporting. Obviously, I bleed blue. Kyle here is wearing red.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of interesting because SmackDown began, well, almost 5 years into WWE. Oh, after Raw, I guess.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw started in 93. SmackDown started in 99.
Yeah, about that. I mean, personally, the fact that SmackDown is more or less, to me, was always the wrestling show, whereas Raw was always the sports entertainment show, if you will. Like, I distinctly remember watching an episode of SmackDown, and he had like a 3-way match with Tajiri, Kidman, and Noble, or Nunzio, or whoever it was. And I thought, yeah, this show definitely belongs to the hardcore wrestling fan. But when you watch Raw, you see like all the older guys, but it's more or less falls under the entertainment category. I don't know if I'm right or whatever. That's just my opinion.
When you look at Raw in the day, yeah, you had your Shawn Michaels, your Razor Ramones, your Diesels,
Yeah.
your Mighty Jannettis, your 1-2-3 Kids, your Triple H's, your Ahmed Johnsons, your Road Warriors, your D-Generation X, New Age Outlaws, Kane, Mankind,
Stone Cold Steve
Austin,
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker, many others. Those were like the main staple of Monday Night Raw. That were like the true wrestler's wrestler. Now, yes, Triple H, before he became, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, the King of Kings, he had this blue blood gimmick, if you will, but that all changed. But then you got into, maybe not necessarily Monday Night Raw, but you had your Mantars, your Ito Montoya,
There's a name I forgot.
Max Moon, your several others. But Monday Night Raw always had the top tier, top level performers. Now, SmackDown would eventually get some really good top level performers, but Monday Night Raw always had the really high caliber performers and talent.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, you look at SmackDown, and you had, like, international guys, like the stereotypical Mexicools, Nunzio, FBI, you had Kenzo Suzuki, which was kind of dumb, but you also had guys like Tajiri, and Billy Kidman, and Paul London, and then, of course, Brian Kendrick when he debuted. But you also had The Undertaker. Yeah, he was the American Badass, but he was still The Undertaker. You had a lot of good matches. In fact, we did the anniversary special for SmackDown a few years ago, and this was probably one of the best shows in a while after Raw, and there's been others like it, like Live Wire, or Metal, or Shotgun Saturday Night. SmackDown is basically the High Flyer show, or the Luchador show. Like, I remember a lot of great classics on SmackDown than he would have on Monday Night Raw. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy Raw. Well, I enjoyed Raw, you know. Nowadays, I really am leaning towards SmackDown. But, at the same time, you know, Raw is always going to be the OG of, you know, WWE programming.
And see, that's the thing. Yes, SmackDown is a really good show, and some people would say SmackDown is the better of what you would call the main brand shows of Raw and SmackDown. Then, like you mentioned, you had your Shotgun Saturday Night, your Live Wire, your Sunday Night Heat, your Velocity, and whatever else you can name within that time period, Monday Night Raw is the reason why all those other shows existed. And SmackDown was after Raw, and it was, I think, WWE wanted that other show to highlight talent that wasn't on Monday Night Raw. Like your Rock,
Yeah.
your Big Show, your Undertaker, your several other wrestlers that were on SmackDown in that time period, the 90s. But like Monday Night Raw has been the go-to show.
And I mean, what really fascinates me is that Monday Night Raw is always going to be Monday Night Raw. You'll always see it on Monday. The odd time, well, actually, I think it was twice that it was on a Thursday. I don't even know. I know it was Thursday once, when Rock beat Triple H for the WWE Intercontinental title.
Right.
And Shawn lost a smile.
Yeah.
But SmackDown was one of those shows that, for some reason, started on a Thursday, then went to a Friday, then jumped back to Thursday, then went on Tuesday, and now it's back on Fridays, but it's live. Well, for some reason, and Raw was like this too. It was always pre-taped, and people watched it later than it originally started.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going on WrestleZone.com when I was in school and looking up the results before they actually happened. And if they did happen, then I watched it on a Tuesday, and then they would re-air it on Tuesday for some reason. I actually re-air Raw, I think. I can't remember what day it is.
Yeah.
So,
but there's you could call it OG website for you, WrestleZone.com.
fucking old school.
Yeah, but, you know, talk about how Friday Night SmackDown be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday. You know, switch days of the week every, 3 years, whatever the heck it was. Well, Monday Night Raw, I believe, originally started on TNN.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it went to
USA
Network. Now it's been pretty much on USA Network forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it switched television channels. Now, it may not have bounced around as much as SmackDown did as far as days of the week is concerned when it aired.
Yeah.
But there is some change in there as well.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but SmackDown was the answer to WCW's Thunder.
I believe so.
Yeah. That's what I heard anyways.
Like,
Yeah.
Nitro was the answer to Monday Night Raw, And I think SmackDown was the reciprocant of Thunder.
Yeah. And it's funny, watching Matt Cardona talk about how he had a split screen. So he would watch Raw, and then when the commercial came on, switch to Nitro.
Yeah.
And I remember only doing that once. But that was like the tail end of WCW. So,
Yeah.
I mean... But yeah, we're gonna be doing our Survivor Series predictions right now, and I think that NXT War Games is separate because it's not been shown on the PVR or the guide.
It's not going to be, War Games and Survivor Series. Survivor Series weekend, if you will.
Yeah.
Of course, Survivor Series is this Sunday, and War Games will be next week. Next weekend, in a couple weeks. Don't exactly know for sure, but...
Yeah, I don't think there's been any matches made.
No.
Anyways, yep. Let's rock and roll.
Yep. This is Killer Kyle.
And welcome to...
Me and Matt, Killer Kyle, back with another video, and we are going to talk about Survivor Series. Now, I'm sure as you've probably noticed, we have a different look. I've got the bandana and the gloves. Matt's got the cowboy hat and the gloves, if you will. And
Close enough.
Because Survivor Series is going to be Undertaker's final farewell. So, in tribute to the Undertaker and his final farewell, we've got Matt as kind of like original Undertaker, myself is like American Badass Big Evil Undertaker.
Yeah.
And yeah,
as promised. In theme with on SmackDown, we have Kyle with the red, I've got the blue, and in the intro, obviously, it was the same thing.
yeah,
You know, it's one of those things where it's Survivor Series, a traditional, you know, through the years, what's a better brand? Of course, last year you have NXT involved,
yeah.
which was interesting in itself. This year, it's gonna be interesting. Maybe a clusterfuck, who knows? But, yeah. Let's get it out.
So I think, in spirit of talking about myself wearing the red, Matt wearing the blue, representing Raw and SmackDown, for each match, we should talk about either each individual competitor or like teams, like for the individual brands.
Okay.
Just, you know, me talk about everybody in Raw, you talk about everybody in SmackDown, just kind of go like that.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, so our first match, we've got the women's match. The Raw Women's Champion of Asuka
Sounds good.
taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion of the Boss, Sasha Banks.
Now, of course, Sasha Banks and Asuka have a fairly extensive history with each other,
Yes.
wrestling each other many times over the years for the Raw Women's Championship, and so on and so forth. this match is going to be interesting because Asuka is Raw Women's Champion. She's been Raw Women's Champion since Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for that shitty thing where they had her lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll digress from that. Yeah, Asuka's been the Raw Women's Champion more or less since Money in the Bank. Sasha Banks, of course, capturing the SmackDown Women's Championship from Bayley at Hell in a Cell in that stellar Hell in a Cell match.
Yes, yeah, that was awesome.
And, you know, this match, much like a couple other matches on the card, is going to be which brand's champion is more superior.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka has been, you know, fairly dominant in her WWE career. Yeah, she had the streak and the undefeated streak end at the hands of Charlotte, and then, you know, won and lost championships. But that doesn't really take much away from her. Like, she's still this dominant performer, dominant competitor, and has shown that she can be just as dominant as ever. And Sasha, I feel like this is a resurgence of her career.
Yeah.
Because, like, what they had Sasha doing with Bayley as a team, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and, you know, Bayley at the time SmackDown Women's Champion, and then, you know, Sasha ended up as Raw Women's Champion for a short-lived period of time, was all great and what have you, but her singles run at that point was kind of just lackluster, if you will.
Yeah.
And so, once they split up Sasha and Bayley, and then, you know, have Sasha win the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell, and then finally get the monkey off her back of, you know, every time she is champion, her first title defense, she loses it. And, you know, beat Bayley again, and able to hold on to the title was a great thing. And I really feel like, okay, this is the Sasha Banks that has been missing.
Yeah.
This is the Sasha Banks that had a stellar run in NXT, was very good on the main roster for many, many years, despite losing championships in her first title defense. But she's the legit boss once again.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You have a champion, and you want to keep her in that title picture. You know, they did the right thing last week by putting Sasha over Bayley and having her still your SmackDown champion.
Yes.
Which is great. So, that being said, you look at Asuka, and, you know, we talked about Asuka's reign in NXT, you know, and unfortunately, for some reason or another, she passed it off so she could go to the Raw or SmackDown, I think it was.
Yeah.
And, okay, fine. That's what it is, what it is. The fact is, Asuka is still going to be undefeated in that aspect.
Yes.
Okay, but you want to have her lose at some point. So she has... This match is going to be interesting because, yes, these two have history. These two have wrestled this year for many matches. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough one because if Sasha loses, well, she's got nothing to lose.
No.
If Asuka loses, she's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It's basically, what's a better brand?
Yeah.
And obviously, I said SmackDown, for me, is a better brand.
Right.
Yes, it's the B show, but it's still, in my opinion, much better than Raw. That's just the way it is. So, honestly, and yeah, because I'm wearing blue, I am going to pick Sasha. I think Sasha has proven that she really is the legit boss, as she says she is.
Yeah, Asuka has done very well for herself. Second go around, if you will, as Raw Women's Champion. Taking on all comers, beating everybody left, right, and center, and showing she's a dominant champion. And Sasha, having gained the SmackDown Women's Championship and defended it against Bayley, and rejuvenated herself as a legit boss, has shown that she could very easily be a dominant champion on SmackDown. It's going to be one of those things where who will have what it takes to be the superior woman. Now, I do believe that in matches, whether it be for a championship or otherwise, they're either even or
Yeah.
Asuka's had Sasha's number. I'm not exactly sure on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're both Triple Crown champions as far as the women's division is concerned.
Yes.
But it should be an interesting match.
Yes.
We've seen it before, but I mean, for this sake, it should be an interesting match.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So now we go on to the tag team portion. We've got the Raw tag team champions, the
New Day!
versus the Street Profits.
Yes, SmackDown Tag Champions, the Street Profits. And, the thing about both of these teams is they are very entertaining, are very comedic in ways that make you laugh, entertain you, and all this other stuff. But when it comes down to it, they have proven that they have what it takes to be championship material. Whether it be the New Day as friggin' 8-9-time tag champions, whether it be, the Street Profits, after so long on NXT, finally getting the NXT tag team titles, and then, getting the championship as far as the main roster is concerned, and then, Street Profits and the New Day switched brands, so they had to switch championships.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Man, yeah.
Very, very unusual way to go about it, but at the same time, it's like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, basically.
Yeah. It really sucks that the New Day had breaking off with Big E.
Yeah.
I hope that Big E finally gets into his own character.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where that's going, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
But as far as this match is concerned, I think that the New Day have really proven themselves as one of the best tag teams of this generation.
Yes.
So, or this era, I guess. But,
Yeah.
It's a really tough call because I do like both teams. I think that the New Day annoys your dad, and I think that's funny.
Yeah.
But, the Street Profits had a good run in NXT,
Yes.
so, yeah,
Ay.
yeah, I'm gonna, honestly, I am wearing blue, but I want to see the New Day go over.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are very talented tag teams. Both of them are fairly well established as tag teams. and, you know, rightfully deserving of tag team championships. It's going to be a hell of a match for sure. But, like, which team is going to have that little extra something to go over on the other team? And, you know, Matt's saying he thinks the New Day will go over. I mean, both teams are fairly athletic, so to speak. Both teams are very well versed in different aspects of competition. I really don't know, because both teams are very good and both teams are very well established. If either team wins, it's going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well deserved and well earned. Like,
Yeah. It's gonna be a good match otherwise.
oh yeah. Baby! Yeah! So now we got the United States champion on Raw of the almighty Bobby Lashley against SmackDown's Intercontinental champion, Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these two had a feud a few months ago. It was really dumb. I
Yeah.
think it was a few months. It doesn't matter. It was dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, Sami Zayn has this annoying quality to him. And it's like,
Yes.
you know, as the Intercontinental Champion, you know, there's other believable people you can put as the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes.
He's not one of them. I mean, he's not the worst, but it's weird to me, you know.
He's not the worst, but he's definitely not one of the best either.
But, so, for that being said, Bobby Lashley, you know, coming back to WWE, having a stupid face run, doing the thing with Rusev and Lana,
Ugh.
and, yeah, that was the shits. And now he's with the Hurt Business, which
Yes.
I think has been one of the best factions, right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that being said, you know what? I do love the Intercontinental title. I've always have. I always will. And so, you know, I think Bobby Lashley's a hell of a wrestler and is probably going to go over, but I'm still going to say Sami Zayn, because I'm sure Sami can get put over.
Here's my perspective. Sami came back a few months ago with the Intercontinental Championship, because Jeff Hardy had an Intercontinental Champion. Sami was saying, oh, I'm the real Intercontinental Champion. They went back and forth with that for a little while. There was a ladder match to determine the legit Intercontinental Champion, and of course Sami Zayn won. That's all well and good. But since that point, Sami Zayn has had maybe this many matches? Maybe this many?
Yeah.
Since being champion, since getting the Intercontinental Championship back, and he's gone nowhere.
No.
Lashley, since being with the Hurt Business, has excelled, has thrived, you know, he's got a championship. The Hurt Business is one of the top groups in WWE right now, and Lashley has dominated anybody and everybody he's been in the ring with, and I honestly see Sami Zayn being no different.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is a good competitor. He's the annoying heel that you love to hate and hate to love. But,
Yeah.
in the words of Mr. McMahon, Sami Zayn's got no chance in hell.
Yeah. I mean, for Christ's sake, The Miz is a better Intercontinental Champion. You know, it's too bad because, I mean, you've had all good Intercontinental Champions. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Hennig. Kerry Von Erich, if you will.
Mhm.
Well, maybe not even. But it's, to me, and it always is going to be a prestigious title in WWE, you know?
Yeah.
There's rich history with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the rumor that Vince fucking hates the title, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, United States title was always a WCW title.
Mhm.
And when they brought it into WWE, it was like, alright, they made it their own.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's all good. That's fine and good. But why? Why?
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, I'm still going to say Sami Zayn. And yeah, they revamped the title again. So that's fine,
Yeah.
you know? But it has to be defended a lot more than it is now.
Yes. Definitely, for sure.
So. Now we have the main titles. We've got the newly won WWE Champion of Drew McIntyre.
Second go around.
Yep. Versus the Universal Champion.
Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Yes.
And, you know, it was interesting how you were up at my place on Monday and we were talking about how it would make no sense to have heel versus heel, Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. It would make more sense to have McIntyre against Roman, face versus heel. And I had said that with Drew going over to SmackDown, having a match with Jey Uso, you know, having that confrontation with Roman after the match, and even at the top of SmackDown, have something to say about what was going on as far as Roman and Jey is concerned and whatever happened. And then, lo and behold, McIntyre wins and becomes WWE Champion again to lead into Survivor Series. It's like, prediction? Hello. But,
Yeah. The way they went about it was stupid. I mean, look. Obviously, Drew was going to go over. Drew came on SmackDown, and he told Roman Reigns there was a bunch of shit, whatever, that he had a match coming up with Randy Orton, and he was going to win the belt to go at the Survivor Series.
yeah.
If Randy went over on Monday, it would have made absolutely no fucking sense.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you were going to see Drew versus Roman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you shit the bed with that. That being said, they had their match at WrestleMania 35. So, you know, they've touched before. So it's going to be a good match. You know? And, I mean, it'll be interesting to see who goes over on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I don't know. Because you've got the Spear versus the Claymore.
Yeah.
You know? Who knows? Honestly, who knows? And, not to mention, you've got Jey Uso in Roman's corner.
Yeah.
So,
See, another thing about it too is, if it had stayed Randy versus Roman, that actually would have been a pretty good match. Some point down the line, we'll see it, who knows. But they decided to go with Drew against Roman. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure this match will be a great match as well. Like Matt said, it's the Spear versus the Claymore, and ultimately, it's going to be whoever can get the fire the first shot, so to speak, is more than likely going to win.
yeah. So, yeah. That's a coin toss, really.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we got the Women's Survivor Series match. On Raw, you've got Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana. On SmackDown, you've got, well, as far as I know, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, and Liv Morgan. I think on SmackDown tonight, they're gonna have a match for like the last spot on the...
Both teams.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
We already know who's on the last spot for SmackDown is still missing. Anyways.
Yeah, it don't matter.
We don't know who the last participant is for the women's side of things, as far as SmackDown is concerned. Nevertheless, what in the name of Sam Hill is going on with the women's Raw team? First you have Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke removed from the team, and Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce was added to the team. Now I don't know if they didn't see Dana and Mandy as a good fit for the team, and they felt like Lacey and Peyton would be a better fit for the team. I don't know. Really, I don't know what happened there. It's just, it is what it is. Then you've got poor Lana. Now, as you all know, I took a massive shit on Lana several months ago, and I went off on a rant and I said, calling Lana a good heels are calling Donald Trump a good president. Hey, look what happened there, but I digress. And now you've got her as, I guess, a face, but it's like you're trying to go for the poor girl face, if you will. Oh, she's triumphant. No matter how many times she gets knocked down, she gets back up, and she faces her enemies, and she looks them in the eye and tells them, you won't keep me down. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're absolutely going nowhere with Lana. You want to make her face? Fine. But, like, come on. The poor woman's getting her fucking ass whooped on a weekly basis and getting put through a announce table for what? Who the fuck did she piss off? Like, seriously. Get it together and fucking give Lana a chance. You want to have her as a face? Fine, but my God, when is enough enough? Jesus.
And for the fucking shot, you have a team like Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. A good team, a legit badass team. And then Nia Jax enters Mandy, big shocker. Then Mia Yim enters Dana. So what do? Let's put them with the comedic take team of the sassy Southern Belle and the Aussie.
Yeah.
And WWE does this all the fucking time. They take a team that you can take seriously. You know, but no, you can't do that. Nope. We gotta have a comedic take team. For some reason, that's funny. So, they do that, and it's bullshit. It really fucking is.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to understand that too, of why Lana keeps going through the fucking announce table.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense. You do it twice, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever heard of too much? Because now, Lana is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
You know, you have this team of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the women's tag team champions, and they're a fucking joke because they bicker and they bitch and they moan and they complain. Yeah, they go out and they kick ass. That's great. Kudos to that. You know, SmackDown should be better. Again. But this is crazy. This is insane. Why?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Team SmackDown all the way, as I've said. Because I like Ruby Riott. I like Liv Morgan.
Bianca's coming into her own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
here's another thing, too. You have Shayna fucking Baszler. A dominant badass bitch that fucked everybody up on NXT, was NXT Women's Champion twice, had a fairly lengthy run as NXT Women's Champion her second go around, and now you got her as Nia's joke bouncer offer. Shayna's always going like, what? Why me? What did I do? Like,
yeah, pretty much. Good riddance to bad fucking rubbish.
yeah.
So now we go on to the men's Survivor Series match. You have the Raw team, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, AJ Styles,
Keith Lee and Riddle
yes,
against Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have a tag team match that, you know, it's fine. I mean, Otis has well, no, actually he doesn't. You know, you have King Corbin, who is definitely the biggest prick on SmackDown,
Yes.
you know, and then of course, Jey Uso of the tribe, whatever you want to call the new stable of Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I'm still a big fan of Kevin Owens. And then, of course, Otis. You know, Otis is getting into his own.
Yeah.
Despite what happened with him and Tucker McKnight.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. But, nevertheless. And, you know, it's really fucking bullshit, too. I mean, he had the money in the bank. And, yeah, maybe he wouldn't have been a believable champion as of right now. But to take that away from him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you know what? I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I'm watching Raw, it's like a fucking soap opera. I mean, come on. You're telling me that your Survivor Series tag team can't get along? I mean, get it together. He's not my captain. He's not my captain. And then got AJ Styles. Yes. It was no longer with Joseph Park. Now he's got the big black dude. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He used to be on Raw Underground.
Yeah. He was basically the security guard of the door to the Raw Underground.
So there's that. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say Team SmackDown has a fucking better chance. In my opinion, yes. They fucking got it together. Like, I bleed blue for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, as stupid as it is to have infighting with the Raw women's team, it's just as stupid with the men. I mean, come on. You got Keith Lee, who's big and athletic as fuck. You got Braun Strowman, who can fucking kill anybody. Sheamus, we all know he's a very established WWE superstar. AJ Styles, known the world over. Riddle, you know, has come into his own fairly well. in WWE. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before he ends up as a champion of some kind. But guys, what the fuck are you doing?
There's never been a Survivor Series team that unstable.
Like, we don't expect you to, kiss and be friends, but damn it, hold it together long enough to actually be a force to be reckoned with come Survivor Series. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it sucks. It really fucking sucks.
Like, blew me hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but it looks like there's also going to be a dual brand battle royal.
Oh. Huh.
But,
Okay.
yeah, don't know who's going to be in this dual brand battle royal. I guess.
It's on the pre-show.
Oh, yeah, it'll be on the pre-show. Maybe on SmackDown, they will announce who's going to participate in this battle royal. Who knows? But, like, okay, dual brand battle royal, cool. It'll be, okay, watch and maybe do a prediction about who's gonna win when we find out who the fuck's in the goddamn thing.
Yeah, we will definitely be doing our play-by-play, so
Yeah.
that'll be fun-ish. But
And I'm sure probably we'll do the same thing for that as we are tonight. I wear red, you wear blue.
alright, well, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
So, before we end, there has been an announcement that The Undertaker is gonna wrestle his last match because of the fact that it is the 30th anniversary of Undertaker in WWE.
Yeah.
So, we have no idea who the opponent could be.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really advertised that he's gonna have a match, but the presumption is he is gonna have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Who it's gonna be against? I have no idea. Honestly, no fucking idea. But I guess we'll find out when we get there and talk about it when the time comes.
Yeah.
Much like the dual branded battle royal.
So, next time we do Wheels of Fury, it'll be for War Games, which is in a few weeks, and then
Yeah.
after that will be the look back, because it's Christmas, and who knows when that episode's gonna air.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it anyways. The first ever tribute to the troops.
Yeah, look back at it. Tribute to the Troops 2003.
Yeah, so, yeah, and then from there, who knows?
Well, every year for the last basically 4 years, you and I have gotten together for New Year's Eve
Oh yeah, we'll do that for sure.
and, did a year review as
Yeah.
far as wrestling is concerned and whatever. And I looked on my calendar just because I was curious when exactly New Year's Eve is, and New Year's Eve this year falls on a Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So
That should be interesting.
if we get together Friday like we usually do, basically we'll be getting together New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Mhm.
But, so just a heads up that Matt and I, once again, will be getting together and doing a New Year's Eve special. And
Yeah.
hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be partaking in some alcohol.
Hell yeah. Always.
But, yeah,
Haven't done that in a while.
I know.
Anyways, so for Killer Kyle, I mean Matt, and rest in peace.